KBOI 2 News is on the road in your community.
Thank you for joining us for this special program, Pedal to the Metal. I'm Chris Nettleton.
And I'm Tammy Tremblay. Idaho's Golden Girl is back in the Gem State.
And today is all about celebrating Kristin Armstrong. Let's take a live look from the Boise Depot. It's kickoff site for today's victory ride, and they started a little early. Got a jump start on it. They turn out for this ride to the Capitol Park with two-time gold medal Kristin Armstrong is pretty darn good. They'll make their way down Capitol Boulevard into downtown Boise for this rally, and you can see a lot of people of all ages have turned out to welcome Kristin home. It's an exciting afternoon, and well, we're just getting started.
We are, and Natalie Hurst is standing by live at Capitol Park. Natalie, looks like quite a crowd there.
Oh, Tammy and Chris, it's so much fun. Of course, this is a big celebration. Not only is it for her second gold win, but you know what? It's her birthday. That's right, she's turning 39 years old. And you may recall that we had a party like this back in 2008, so everybody's ready to celebrate again. Let's take a look at what's happening today. Of course, today's celebration includes the victory ride from the Boise Depot. Everyone's going to gather here at the Capitol Park for the rally honoring Idaho's Golden Girl. Today also is, as I just said, her 39th birthday, so the city is providing cake for 1,000 people to enjoy. Get this, she is sticking around long enough to sign autographs. So you'd like a signed photo of her with the son Lucas at the London podium. There's still plenty of time to get down here and enjoy all of the fun festivities. Because there is such a large crowd here, you want to know about some of the closures that are going on. Jefferson Street between 6th and 8th Streets will be closed until 5 o'clock. Capitol Boulevard from the Boise Depot to Jefferson Street will be closed until 4 o'clock. And the east lane of Capitol Boulevard between Jefferson and Bannock will be closed until 5. Also, there's no parking at the Boise Depot for the next half hour as the bicyclists continue to make their way down Capitol Boulevard. So, all right, as you can see, they're going to be coming right down this way. This is why the crowd is gathering right here, because they know that she's coming down the roadway, and it's going to be a fun moment with so many bicyclists. I'm not the only one here. Let's send it over to the other party girl, Alana Brophy, who's live in this park as well. Alana, what a great time.
Natalie, this is so exciting. Happy birthday, Kristen. We are so proud. The Olympic music playing behind us. It's almost impossible not to have that overwhelming sense of pride right now. I mean, Kristen has left the depot. We were standing here, crews were kind of on scene as 5 minutes before Kristen was supposed to arrive at the depot, she pedaled by Capitol Park sporting her Team USA jersey as well as her son Lucas. And I mean, 5 minutes before, we know she's fast, right? So it's not like she's gonna have a hard time making that deadline. People you can see behind me are starting to clear or gather towards the street because we know that she's left. I'm standing right in front of the autograph line. This is going to be a busy spot. A two-time Olympic gold medalist right here in Boise. You just embrace this feeling, and a lot of people here right now. I know a lot of people on this bike ride. Earlier we were walking on the streets and people were getting so excited saying, when are they coming down? When is it happening? Grabbing chairs, lining the streets. Boise is a great place to be today because we are so proud of our Golden Girl, and I tell you what, we're going to be bringing you this live coverage. The excitement is mounting and this music really just gets you going. Happy birthday, Kristen. I can't wait to talk to all of these fans because they have so much to say and are really truly excited about this. Let's go ahead and send it back to studio with Chris and Tammy. Guys?
Thanks, Alana. And I like their hats out there.
Oh yeah, those are nice. We should get some.
That's right. Well, they say the best moments in life are the ones shared with someone you love.
Now, Kristen took part in one of those moments at the London Games, a moment 22 months in the making that took plenty of hard work, good timing, and as Troy Oppie explains, a little luck.
Our vision was having Lucas on the podium with us.
It wasn't a premonition, more a plan, a reason for coming out of retirement 22 months ago.
Obviously, she wanted the gold medal. You know, this whole thing was a driving force. But when we talked about it after having Lucas, it was like, it's kind of one of those neat storybook things.
Making the plan was simple. Executing it through the various layers of security, another story entirely.
I wasn't going to ask for any special favors ahead of schedule with USA Cycling because I didn't want to jinx myself, you know, or jinx Kristen.
As Mom crossed the finish line as a gold medalist, husband and son made a mad dash from a pub where they watched the race over to the podium.
The CEO of USA Cycling, Steve Johnson, I asked him for help. And of course, he had credentials, but he didn't even have credentials to get us where we needed to go. After some talking with the military security guys, the State Department security, the United States State Department, escorted us through. That was the key.
I can't believe we got him through security and on that podium with me.
Many hands made light work, it would seem, and in this case, made a moment that made everything worth it.
When we were together out on the podium, it just kind of showed all the sacrifice that was put into it.
I doubt he'll remember all this, but we can show him pictures and tell him the whole journey that it took to get there.
22 months was a roller coaster, I'm not going to lie. It wasn't as easy as going into Beijing. And I didn't think that people, besides people like Michael Phelps, would ever be so lucky to live this moment twice.
I'm Troy Oppie, KBOI 2 Sports.
That special moment and Kristen's golden medal win have people all over the globe talking, including some big names. Take a look at these responses on Twitter. Cyclist Lance Armstrong wrote, "Congratulations to our winning Olympic gold medalist in the TT. Outstanding." And USA Today Sports retweeted that Kristin Armstrong had one of the most adorable medal ceremonies ever. And Idaho IndyCar racer Davey Hamilton had this to say on Twitter: "Congrats on your gold medal. It's always great seeing Idaho athletes succeed." As we mentioned earlier, today is Kristen's birthday, so you can bet many birthday wishes have also started to flood Twitter as well. Chris, back to you.
Thanks, Tammy. Now we want you to, well, have your say with what you want to tell Kristen, that is. So head to our KBOI2 Facebook page to share your words of support, strength, or even, as they want me to say, "You go, girl." I don't know if I would tweet that or use that for Facebook, but anyway, we'll be using those throughout this special broadcast. Now let's head back outside and see how the victory ride from Boise Depot is shaping up, and here, live look at the event. Hundreds of people of all ages turned out to join Kristen on today's victory ride. They are headed to the Capitol Park, which is located in front of the Idaho State House, and actually I hear that Kristen is already there. She is just that fast. How could you do that? That's where the city is getting ready to hold today's rally celebrating Kristen's gold medal, and I hear that Alana Brophy is standing by at that spot.
Chris, Tammy, Kristen just rode by, her son in tow. A lot of excitement. The bikes are just filtering down the street. John actually rode down here. John, what was it like on the ride?
It was a lot of fun. A lot of kids and families and bike riders, and it was just a fun thing to do on a hot afternoon and celebrate Kristen's win.
It's such a proud moment for the city of Trees, the two-time Olympic medalist. How do you feel being part of this today?
Feel great. It's great to be on a bike. Anytime, any excuse to be on a bike, I'm on it. And this is a great one.
Any message for Kristen? I'm sure you're wowed by her accomplishments.
Yeah, I just think she's an inspiration to kids mostly, and adults. And you know, she crashed and got up and did it. And I think that's amazing.
It is a great message. Thank you so much for your time. Sure. Enjoy today. I hope you get her autograph. That's going to be the big thing. A lot of people wanting to talk to her. You can see behind me the bikes just rolling in. I tell you, the excitement is contagious. Truthfully, this is such an amazing, amazing day. This is the woman who went into retirement, had a child, came back, and got another gold. A lot of inspiration here, and you can see people having a wonderful time as the bikes start to pedal in. Let's go ahead and toss it back to the studio with Chris and Tammy.
Thanks, Alana. The Brett Favre of cycling, but in a good way. Right?
Yes.
Today is a great day for a bike ride and a chance for cycling fans to meet Kristin Armstrong, not to mention show their support for Idaho's Golden Girl.
That's right. And let's take a look at the ACHD traffic cam. And here you can see just how many people turned out. There you can actually see the traffic holdup as well. And we've been told that Kristin Armstrong, she has, of course, just arrived there at Capitol Park, and we're going to bring you back there after this. And of course, here's another look at I-84 and 5 Mile, traffic flowing freely there.
Natalie Hurst and Alana Brophy live at Capitol Park with all that fun. Don't forget to follow them on Twitter for behind-the-scenes updates and pictures. Find them at 2 News or Natalie, and then at 2 News Alana. Our special Pedal to the Metal coverage will continue in just a few minutes. You're watching KBOI 2 News, watching out for you.
KBOI 2 News is on the road in your community.
Hello and welcome back to our live pedal to the medal coverage of Kristin Armstrong's gold medal celebration. Kristin's gold medal is nothing short of incredible. It was just a few months ago that Kristen suffered a broken collarbone. It happened during the Exergy Tour Prologue in Boise in May. But Kristen didn't let the injury get in her way. She was on her bike just a few days after the surgery preparing to defend her Beijing gold medal. Jeez.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
Yeah, without a doubt. Well, she is just amazing and has that determination to say the least.
Yes.
And more than most of us, right?
Yeah, and Kristen doesn't have to worry about competing today.
No.
It's all about having fun.
Yeah, she's already won anyway.
Yes.
It really is a competition. Let's head back to all the excitement live in the middle of it. Ladies, how are you doing?
Hey guys, well, we're just down here below the stage here. As you can see, we've got Jim Everett up on stage. He's with the YMCA. You can see right behind him there is Kristin Armstrong in her red, white, and blue. Also the governor, as well as the First Lady, and we have Mayor Beater on stage. So right now, Jim Everett is talking about how Kristen made the choice to come to Boise. You know, she's originally from out of state, but she chooses to live here because she loves it so much. Let's take a listen to what he has to say.
One of the guys that beat him was Jim Ryan, who was at one time the world record holder in a mile. So we'll give you that one, Governor. So we love the fact that our governor and our First Lady really have a commitment to active lifestyle, encouraging people to get out there. Lori chairs our Activate Treasure Valley, our activities, and they're out there all the time. So with no further ado, let's give a big round of applause to Governor Butch Otter.
Thank you, Jim. Well, thank you, Jim, and welcome everybody to this great celebration. It's my high honor and great privilege to present a proclamation from the state of Idaho and the office of governor. Whereas Kristin Armstrong is a resident of Boise and a graduate of the University of Idaho. And whereas Kristin Armstrong has overcome osteoarthritis to become a world-class cyclist and serve as an inspiration to millions of Americans who suffer from this debilitating disease. Whereas Kristin Armstrong has represented the state of Idaho at cycling events worldwide, including becoming the first Boisean to win an Olympic medal at the Games of the 29th Olympiad in Beijing, China. Whereas Kristin Armstrong successfully defended her Olympic gold medal in the individual time trial, defeating her nearest rival by 15.47 seconds at the Games of the 30th Olympiad in London. And she joins a select group of repeat Olympic champions. Whereas Kristin Armstrong has graciously and selflessly given her time and talent to help nonprofit organizations such as the YMCA, and has spent many years encouraging Idahoans to exercise and live in a healthy lifestyle. Whereas Kristin Armstrong continues to be a proud ambassador for the state of Idaho throughout the world and is a true inspiration to all Idahoans. Now therefore I, C.O. Butch Otter, Governor of the great state of Idaho, do hereby proclaim August 11th, 2012 to be Kristin Armstrong Day in Idaho. Affixed the Great Seal of the State of Idaho at Boise, Idaho on this 11th day of August in the year of our Lord 2012 of independence of the United States 237th and of statehood of Idaho 123rd.
Birthday present there, Kristen. Pretty cool. 29, 19. She's pretty proud to be 39. If you look like that, you can ride like that, you don't have any hesitation to other people when you're 39. Now it's my pleasure, just a second, to introduce the president of the University of Idaho. And Kristen and her husband Joe, I saw Joe back there, are very proud University of Idaho graduates. They're proud Idahoans, but they're also very proud. Let's hear some of the vandals. Come on, vandals. But she did graduate. She did graduate from the University of Idaho, and I'll tell you, Kristen, there's a lot of interesting facts about Kristen. One of the things is, when you get into the Olympic development programs, they do a lot of testing on you. They want to see, what kind of lung capacity you got, what max VO2 is. And Kristen really did some of those tests, and you know what? She didn't come out as high on the test as a lot of people.
Again, this is Jim Everett speaking. He's with the YMCA. We're going to be hearing from a lot of speakers today before we hear from our Olympic gold winner. As you know, we just heard from Governor Otter. He was talking about how today is proclaimed to be Kristin Armstrong Day. We think it should be the whole year, right? Why not? Oh, she's so fabulous. It is just a great, great afternoon here. Thousands out to help her celebrate her gold medal, and everyone here just living and enjoying this moment. This, of course, is her second gold medal. Her first one was in 2008. Her second one, as we know, was just this past month in London. What a great opportunity. Let's go ahead and listen in again.
Figured out between the two of them there. Kristen's got a coach, but Joe deserves a ton of credit for all of her success as well. And Dr. Nellis, it is no doubt part of that is the University of Idaho, great education she got. So with no further ado, Dwayne Ellis, President of the University of Idaho.
Well, thank you very much, and it's a great day to be a Vandal, right? Congratulations, Kristen. We're so proud of you. I can't tell you how great it is to be here with you and fellow Vandals, as well as so many friends and fans. We're very proud here in the state of Idaho of your accomplishment. And what a way to celebrate your birthday as well. You've added a whole new meaning to what it means to be Vandal Gold. As you know, a Vandal is a warrior, a fierce force to be reckoned with. And I have to tell you that watching you in the time trial so soon after breaking your collarbone, watching you fight and persevere, there was only one thought that went through my mind: a warrior and a Vandal. You've shown perseverance, commitment, excellence in the 2 Olympics with 2 gold medals, but in between you've shown these qualities of extraordinary excellence in your commitment to Idaho, to your city here of Boise, and to your University of Idaho. You continue to touch the lives of people in meaningful ways, and that will continue long after the current Olympic attention subsides. Now, I know Mayor Beater gave you a key to the city when you won a gold medal in Beijing. Now that you've won a second gold medal, there's only really one big gift left to give you, Kristen, and I'm proud and honored to give you the key to your University of Idaho.
If only were I to have this when I was actually in college, we all get in trouble.
Pretty cool. Now it's my pleasure to introduce our great mayor of this great city. And Mayor Beater rode his bike down here. That's why he was last getting up on the stage. He was making sure he got everybody, he had to say hi to everybody. It wasn't he was last cycling. He just had to greet everybody. He doesn't just do it on these days. He rides regularly to work to be a great example. He's been a champion of activity and making Boise show up in all these magazines like Outdoor Magazine, Outside Magazine, Bicycling Magazine. It's a great place to live because of people like our governor and our great mayor of the city of Boise, Dave Beater.
Well, folks, it's so good to see so many of you here. I don't think I've seen this much helmet head in one place in my time as mayor, and that's, if it weren't already, that's the new style in the city of Boise, is to have ridges in your hair from your bike helmet. You know, this is such a wonderful occasion. So great that so many people are here. You know, Kristin Armstrong is not just a world-class athlete that happens to live in Boise. She's family. She's part of who we are. I know you agree with me. And it isn't just her athletic feats, it's her tenacity and her most of all, her commitment to this community. That's what separates her from just about anyone. And you know, before I bring her up, we've just got a little bit of business to do. Over the last 8 days, we've had some infrastructure problems in the city of Boise. It seems there's a sign that has faulty information on it. We just couldn't let that stand. So previously in error, Kristin Armstrong bikeway that said the 2008 Olympic champion thankfully has been corrected. It now says two-time Olympic gold medalist and two-time world champion. So we'll make sure that gets right back up. There is room for more, Kristen, if we have to add it. Well, I know I speak for everyone, not just in the city, but all across the valley, when we say, Kristen, we will not let you leave the city of Boise. And to make sure that gets a good start, we want to go to work on Lucas right away here. So we have designed a bike jersey with the city of Boise logo on the front. But even more important, on the back it says, of course, honorary mayor of the city of Boise. So we want to make sure that he stays, and we know that you will too. And Governor, I know you'll join me in hoping that she doesn't seek elected office in the near future, because we don't have a chance. Finally, in a more serious note, as was indicated, we've already given Kristen the key to the city. It really didn't make sense to give her another key to the city. So we got to thinking, what is it we can do that really fits this occasion, that fits her accomplishment? And we believe that we've come up with the right idea. Every year, the city of Boise spends about $150,000 to make sure that every kid in the city gets a chance to play. In any program with the city, we give about 3,000 scholarships to young people across the city. And from now on and forever, that program will be known as the Kristin Armstrong Youth Scholarship. I can't think of any better way to honor you, Kristen. And now, the main event. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the two-time world and two-time Olympic champion, Kristin Armstrong.
Thank you so much for being here, and I can't thank everyone up here who spoke earlier enough. You know, it means so much to me, the proclamation, you know, the sign being updated so quickly, the President Nellis being here and Joe Vandal being here, Mayor Beater and the city being behind my mission, which is to help youth and allow every child in this city to play sports, to participate. So, yeah, you know, I have my Kappa sisters here that I haven't seen probably for, I'm a little bit nervous to say, but maybe 15 or, years? 20? Yeah, it's not my 20th anniversary yet. Anyway, it's been a while, and I see all these faces out here that I haven't seen for a while, and kids that come up to me and say, hey, you remember signing my helmet 2 months ago? And I'm like, of course I remember, you know? This is a special day for me. You know, I spoke a little bit up at the depot before we headed down Capitol Boulevard, and that depot is starting to have quite a bit of meaning to me. Joe and I got married there about 5 years ago, and then we called it, someone called it Collarbone Corner today. And they said they're surprised there's not like a skull and crossbones on that quarter. And then to actually meet up with part of the community today to ride down in my honor, I'm speechless. There are, I may repeat myself for those of you who were up there at the beginning of the ride, but I have to be honest with you. When I think back about my memories back in Beijing and what I really remember about Beijing, I don't remember the race very much. It was such a pain cave that when people say, what was that like? I'm like, I don't remember. But I think it's best that you don't remember because you're in such a tunnel vision and your endorphins are so high that you can't remember much. But I do remember the podium. I remember looking out in the grandstands at my family because of sacrifices that we all put into this back in Beijing. And I remember coming home to Boise in front of City Hall, and I remember the streets being closed down and the crowd just being enormous, welcoming me back to Boise. And I was speechless. We started the ride at the YMCA, and they gave away 500 T-shirts in the first 500. I still see that some people still have them out here. Jim Everett right here is still supporting his. And they were out, and I'm like, 500 people? Are you kidding me? They came to see me? I'm like, I'm just this normal person. And so when I was getting ready to head out to London, I had some bad luck going in the road racer's torrential downpour, and I couldn't believe the story. It was the same as Beijing. I was going into the most decisive moment of the race, going into the base of the climb, and I get crashed out. And it happened in Beijing as well, and it was torrential downpour. I couldn't see through my glasses. And I just got back up, and the same thing happened, and the first thing I thought of was, wow, is this happening again? And I got back up, and because of that experience in 2008, I was back up on my feet. That's what we do. We learn from our past experiences, and we move forward. I had 2 days to recover, and the media was all about, are you able to recover? Are you going to race on Wednesday? And the media loves the negativity. They love negative feedback. They love for me to say, no, I'm hurt, I'm injured, I'm out. They would just take it. And I'm like, the media was like, oh, your elbow. And I looked down, it's like the size of an egg. And I'm like, yeah, well, how are you going to race on the time trial bike with that elbow? And I'm like, easy, I have 2 days. It's no problem. Let me figure it out. And, I went to my hotel room, and I had 2 nights. I had 48 hours to recover, and I'm thinking my legs feel so bad because I worked so hard on that road race before I crashed for my teammates. And my legs were throbbing. I mean, I didn't think I was going to come out of it. And I had my doubts. So the day before we went out, and what happens is you get a pre-ride, and so there's a rolling enclosure on the roads, and all the competitors come out that are doing the time trial, and they get to pre-ride the course, and it's together. Well, the motorcycles are in front and behind us, and they start, and everyone takes off like it's a race. And I'm like, oh no, I'm still hurting really bad, and all my competitors are going like they're racing today. And I was off the back. I was like, I can't hardly pedal. I'm really hurting. So, I went back to the hotel that day, and part of my recovery procedure is I get massage. I take ice baths, and I do this thing. I put my legs in this thing called Normatec, and it puffs up really big, and it kind of helps flush the blood, and it's supposed to recover you. And I drink lots of, recovery drink. I drink chocolate milk, and I mean, you can even get that in England. It's crazy. But I'm thinking, and I kind of had my hip, I talked myself into believing that my hip was hurting. So I'm like, oh, I need a chiropractor. So of course the team finds a chiropractor. And so this all starts off, I ride Tuesday at 9:30. I'm off my bike at 11:30. At noon, I have massage. At about 1 o'clock, I eat lunch. At about 1:30, I have chiropractor appointment. I come home, I get in the ice bath, I put those legs on, those space legs, and I'm like, I still hurt. So then I decided that I'm going to order some more ice to my hotel room. That gets delivered. I go out to eat. I sit in my hotel room because I don't feel like sitting at a restaurant because I am just beside myself because my legs hurt so bad. And then I put those space boots on again before I go to bed, and I'm like, oh no, I'm just hoping for the best tomorrow. But hey, the positive side is I still had like 10 hours till I raced. A lot of things can happen in 10 hours. And it's kind of like, a deadline, in like a big corporation, and you have this big, deadline proposal, and don't tell me you get it done 10 hours before it's due. It's not true. So same thing with athletic legs. They're not ready till they're ready. So that morning I went out, and the roads were closed. There was so much security on the roads that I tried to get on the course, and my hotel was right on the start-finish line, and there was people lined up every 10 feet. And I got on, and they're like, "Ma'am, you need to get off your bike right now." And I'm like, no, I need to get on the course. "Ma'am, get off your bike now." And I'm off my bike, and I'm halfway in tears because this is just not going my way, and I can't get out of a hotel and ride. And so finally this police officer sees me, and he sees that I'm really upset. And I said, "I'm just a competitor here, and all I want to do is ride the course." And so he looked at me, and he had a motorcycle, and he said, "Just follow me, ma'am." So he took me. I was the only athlete on the course that morning because I got an escort from a cop because I was kind of sad. So so after that ride, I was like, wow, I feel really good. And when Lance Armstrong says he feels really good, he gets on the radio to his teammates and he says, "No chain, no chain." That means you feel like you have no chain on that day. It feels so smooth. No resistance. And I'm like going out there, and there was a little bit of climbing, and I'm like, "Don't test your legs, Kristen. Don't test them. Nope, they're good, they're good." And my coach, when I got home, he was like, "How are your legs today?" I'm like, "Fine." And he was like, "All right, I think you're ready because you're all stressed out." I'm like, "Yep." And he, Joe, in fact, had asked Jim, "Oh, what do you think about Kristen? You think she's ready?" And Jim's like, "Oh, yeah, she snapped at me like a couple times already. She's fired up." So because I had the number 1 on my back and I was able to go last, it's a great thing because you have the time splits, but it's also nerve-wracking because you have to sit in that start house and wait for that time to go. So I sat there and I was nervous, as you can even imagine. And then for those of you who saw me on the TV, it wasn't a joke. I was getting very upset at the person who was holding me because when they held me, they're supposed to hold me still, and I was like leaned to the right, thinking I'm going to fall off my bike. And so I said to the left, and he leaned me more to the right. And I don't know if he was going to his right or whatever right he was going to. So I thought I was going to fall over. Then I said left. I'm thinking the whole time this is going to be really embarrassing in front of everybody when I fall. So it all worked out. And that day was so similar to Beijing. I was focused, tunnel vision. My coach in my radio, he would tell me time splits, but I didn't hear because the crowds were so loud and cheering so loud. I couldn't hear. But I kept telling myself that he must have said I was down. I better go harder. He told me I was down for sure. So I just kept on going harder and harder, but every time he told me to put a little bit more power into my pedal stroke, I heard that, and it didn't hurt. So when he told me to settle in, I'd settle in. When he told me to go harder, I can go harder. It was like I had no pain that day. And when I finished, getting up on the podium, listening to the national anthem, and then having Lucas and my husband come up, it was amazing. You know, 22 months ago, we had this vision, and my coach and my husband was like, well, what do you think about making a comeback? And, we thought about it, we talked about it, and I thought, well, why? Because I ended on top, and what's going to change in my life if I go back and do well, and if I go back and don't do well? It's a big risk, and I have a target on my back. And I said, well, I still love riding my bike, so what's that vision? And, that vision was having Lucas on the podium with me. And that vision was for that vision was for every kid in this valley to see Lucas and her mom up there and to have inspiration to go after whatever you dream of going after. And that's not only for the children, but it's also for the mothers that think once they have a child that they have to put everything aside, because you don't. All about balance. And you can do it just like I did it. I think that after seeing this crowd today, one of my fears before I competed was, what would happen if I didn't get on that podium? How would I come home? And I know how I'd come home. I'd come home with all of you here, welcome me home. Whether I won or whether I was fifth, it wouldn't matter. I know it. Thank you. And when people ask me why I live and train in Boise, Idaho, I try to tell them, I try to explain it to them. I brought my team here. I brought some of my teammates here, and they get it now. They're excelling. They're over in Europe right now. They're winning. And people just don't understand. But there's one thing that we all understand here is that Boise and Idaho are the best place that any family can be. And I'm so happy to be here. And I'm so thankful for all of you being here today. Thank you.
Wow. I got to know Kristen before she was a gold medalist, and she was a regular person then, and she's a regular person now, and she's always been delightful. She's always had a passion for kids. She's a role model mother. She's a role model citizen. I've said this before, and if you could pick one gold medalist, if you could only have one gold medalist in your town, we got the one. This community will benefit for years and years to come. Kristen isn't going away. The passion won't go away. Her commitment to kids will not go away. It's always been there, and it'll stay there. We are so blessed to have her in this community. We're going to have some birthday cake here in a minute. And I think we did a little singing up at the... oh, yeah, we got it.
I forgot to share this. See, you guys are a lot more important than this.
She'll have that over in the autograph area, and Kristen brings that around and lets people hold it. So when we go over and get autographs, you'll get a chance to hold that. She's got two of them now. She did have to tell Lucas, this picture that I've got on my, she's biting into the medal here in Beijing. Well, Lucas thought it was chocolate. He thought it was so. She had it, yeah. So she's upset with him. I said, Kristen, you started it. So, we're gonna have some birthday cake. We're gonna have some autograph signing, and that's gonna be over in this area. We'll direct you over there. And I know we did it up at the depot, but we're gonna do it again. You're only 39 once. Let's do a little happy birthday. And you do not want me to start this off. So somebody, Lori, you probably have a good voice. Lori, come on up here. Come on. Not me. I could close this out.
All right, are you ready? On three. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Gold medalist Kristin Armstrong. Happy birthday, dear Kristen. Happy birthday to you.
One last thing. There's a lot of people that have been here behind the scenes, and I know the mayor and the governor and the first lady and President Nellis and Jim Everett from the YMCA, and you have Chocolate Milk and the Vandals, and Adam Park from the city, and we can't forget about Mike Cooley. He's the owner of George's Bicycle Shop, and thank you for putting on. You're an expert in event promotion and events, and you put on a spectacular event. Thank you.
It is a reminder. Where's Mike? Is Mike close by someplace? Mike, are you around? Mike always he likes to be behind the scenes, but we need to thank Mike. So if you know Mike Cooley from George's, he put the whole bike ride together and organized this. Thought it'd be great to go up to, what do we call it? It's got lots of meanings. The depot. I know it's the depot, but I'm thinking like Destruction Depot or Marriage Depot. I mean, it has all sorts of meanings. And how incredible is it that just a couple months ago, Kristen fell, got back up. I mean, how many of us would have had the courage to get back up and still beat her top competitors from the U.S. with a broken collarbone and then be back and win the Olympics? Unbelievable.
It was unbelievable. Again, that was
Mike.
Jim Everett up on stage. He's with the YMCA. We just heard from the gold medal Olympian herself, Kristin Armstrong, saying that this is not only a party for her 39th birthday and also the award for the gold medals that she has, but also a great celebration of all of Boise, really. What a great time. As you can see me through the crowd here, you can see that it's just a huge group down here at Capitol Park. Let me walk you through the crowd real quick because I want to introduce you real quick to some of her Kappa sisters. If I can grab them right here. Can I grab you real quick? her sisters from the sorority have come all the way down from the University of Idaho. All right, what's your first name? And we've got a camera right over there. So tell me about, what's your name?
Tiffany.
Tiffany, you went to college with Kristen, didn't you? And she's a sorority sister?
Yes, she is. She's a year behind me in school, but she was a roommate of mine as well during that time.
She's just so amazing. The minute you meet her, you just say, what a wonderful person. Tell us about what it was like going to college with her, being her roommate.
Well, the first thing you have to say is Kristen hasn't changed one bit from when she was in college. She has always given 150% in anything that she does. And back then she was, who wants to go swimming with me? Who wants to go for a run? And she was on the go all the time. She just has this amazing, glorious spirit, and it's just such an honor to be here to help her celebrate these wonderful accomplishments. We couldn't be prouder of her.
And go Kappa Kappa Gamma as well.
Kappa
All right.
Gamma, yes.
Thank you for your time. All right. As you can see, it's a great party here in Capitol Park. A lot of people heading over to the area where she's going to be signing autographs for probably the next hour or two, judging by the size of the crowd here. Well, Tammy and Chris, this wraps it up from the Capitol Park area. There's still much more to come, but I'll send it back to you for right now. I got to find something to get her to autograph. Boy, this is fun.
Yes, you do.
A little bit, yeah. All right, well, once again, let's get you up to speed on some of the road closures going on in that area.
Take a look at this map. Jefferson Street between 6th and 8th Streets will be closed until 5 p.m. Capitol Boulevard from the Boise Depot to Jefferson Street will be closed for about another 15 minutes. And the east lane of Capitol Boulevard between Jefferson and Bannock will also be closed until 5 p.m. And stay with us. There's still much more to come from the Pedal to the Metal celebration as bikers are now there at Capitol Park and getting ready to have some cake and autographs. You're watching KBOI 2 News, watching out for you.
This is a live look at Boise's Capitol Park. You can see all the smiles on faces, and you can see Kristin Armstrong right there. I don't think she's gotten any of her birthday cake as of yet, but they are celebrating her her second Olympic gold medal.
She's got a lot of autographs to sign, I think, and we're going to send it out there to Alana Brophy. Alana, you have any cake yet?
Oh, everyone's having cake. Chris, I just heard you say that Kristen hasn't gotten a piece, but everyone seems to be hopping on the birthday cake. How's the cake?
It's good. It's delicious.
It's delicious. How can you not love that? Okay, so we just listened to the governor, the mayor, and Kristen talk about these accomplishments. It's such a big day for her. Also got a key to the University of Idaho. I'm joined now by Melissa and Lindsay, a U of I alum and hopefully future alum. Melissa, what's it like watching Kristen talk? And she's an alumni, you're an alumni. You have to have a sense of pride.
Oh, it is. It's really inspirational, and she's such a great role model to young women, to children, to mothers, and it inspires you to go out and work a little bit harder and reach those goals that you made for yourself.
Hearing her give that speech and talk about how she had her son and this is what she did for all the children who have dreams like that, as a mom yourself, how does that make you feel?
Oh, it got me. It choked me up a little, and I was just like, I knew what she was feeling and thinking, and it choked me up just as she choked up herself.
A proud alum, both of you. Now, Lindsay, you want to go to the U of I. What do you think is cool about Kristen?
Oh, it's awesome how she goes after everything she believes in, and she really goes out there and tries her hardest.
And does it make you want to do the same sort of thing?
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's a great role model, and hearing her speak was absolutely amazing. We're having a good time. We're in the autograph line because we want to get that autograph. Let's go ahead and send it over to Natalie Hurst. Natalie.
Thanks, Alana. All right, the University of Idaho President Dwayne Nellis joins me now. So there it is. It's the key.
Yeah, it's very special to give what an extraordinary individual this key. Kristen, just as exemplary as one of our alumni, and 2 gold medals, and just her perseverance and fighting through injury, and to reach this highest level. We're just so excited for her.
And President Nellis, I understand that there's a connection with Kappa Kappa Gamma and the key.
Well, that's right. You know, her sorority sisters are here today to celebrate, and it's only appropriate to give her a key, in the context of that, for sure, yes.
And how many alums actually have keys? That's probably a pretty big deal, right?
Well, it is a big deal. In fact, she may be the first to get something like this, so it's really appropriate, though, for her legacy of leading.
All right. Well, it sure is great to see you. Thanks for coming down. It's great to see Joe Vandal. And go Vandals, right?
Yeah, go Vandals, that's right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, there's still a party going on here. I got to find some cake. I think I got to beat Alana to it. What do you think? Tammy and Chris, back to you guys.
Just bring us back some, Natalie.
Yeah, I think so. A little bit, just for us in the studio.
Yes. Well, to see more behind-the-scenes fun from today's event, check out Twitter, Facebook, and KBOI2.com. Our crews are tweeting and posting photos out there from the field for everyone to see. And don't forget, we will also post a link to this broadcast after it airs so you can share it with your friends and family.
Before we head to break, here's another live look downtown Boise as we continue to celebrate Kristin Armstrong's gold medal victory. KBOI 2 News. We'll be right back.
KBOI 2 News is on the road in your community.
Welcome back. We're celebrating Kristin Armstrong Day, just like the mayor just announced it's her birthday. Our golden girl right behind me, you can see signing autographs here at Capitol Park. A lot of excitement. She just gave a really emotional speech. It was really nice to hear from the Olympic golden girl. I'm joined now by Kate and Langley, who are in line for the autographs. How cool is this?
It's really cool.
Are you excited to get this autograph?
Yeah.
And why is it important to do something like this, Kate?
I'm just so excited that she's from Boise, and I love what she stands for and that she supports our community. And I loved what she said today when she said no matter whether she was first or last, she knew we'd come out to support her, and I thought it was important to be here.
It totally is. Now, as a mother, when you hear that speech, does it hit home with you? What's it like?
Absolutely. I love when she says after you have kids, it's about balance, and you can do, accomplish your dreams and do what you want to do. And I think she's an inspiration for everybody.
Langley, what are you going to say to her?
Good job.
Ah, those are the words of encouragement you need in Boise. Well, have fun. I hope you get a great picture. A high five. Yeah. All right. Enjoy that autograph. A lot of fun down here. Plenty of people are just so excited. I mean, this is what we live for in Boise. The city of trees, really just proud of our own, embracing Kristin Armstrong. And she's going to be a busy woman as we take a look. Can we pan down this line right here? You can just see it's going to go pretty far back. We grabbed that birthday cake and started moving. A lot of fun, a lot of excitement. She's truly one of the gems of the Gem State. After that emotional speech, we're going to send it back to Chris and Tammy. We have a lot more down here, though. Don't go anywhere. Chris, Tammy, back to you.
Looks like a big party down there.
A little bit. I hope we get some birthday cake.
Yes.
But more than that, I hope we get an autograph.
She's going to be
we have
there
to
for
send
a while.
her in there. Yeah.
Signing those,
Throw her in the
that's
line.
right.
Yeah.
Well, stay with us. Our Pedal to the Metal coverage. We'll be right back.
Thanks for joining us for our special Pedal to the Metal coverage.
Let's send it back out to Capitol Park with Alana Brophy and Natalie Hurst. A great day out there, you guys.
It really is, Chris, Tammy, a lot of excitement. Double gold medalist. We're celebrating Kristin Armstrong. You can see right over our shoulder, there she is signing helmets, posters, and the City of Trees really coming out and just supporting her.
Look at the line. Boy, she's going to be signing autographs for, I think, quite a while. But you know what? It's so great to see her up close and in person. Just so fun.
She's just so welcoming, and the city embraces her. We embrace her. We've had a good time. And, of course, be sure to tune in to KBOI 2 News at 5:30 for the latest. We'll recap this whole event, which has been an absolute blast. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you at 5:30. This is great.
Take the news with you on the radio. News Talk 670 KBOI. And for news and information 24 hours a day, click on